Do you feel lonely and isolated as a vegan or as a plant-based person? That is a real issue, and a lot of us feel very lonely when we switch to a plant-based diet or a vegan or a raw vegan diet. Isolation and loneliness as a vegan is a real thing. I have experienced it. Today, I'm going to show you 7 ways that you can overcome this feeling of isolation and loneliness as a vegan. I have been a vegan for 12 years for my health, and mostly raw vegan now going on over 10 months. So I definitely understand that transition and that struggle with being the only person in my life that eats this way. Are you the only one you know that eats a vegan diet? Anyone in your family or your social circle? I completely understand. My name is Lindsay. I am a biblical health coach. I help people overcome their health problems using optimal plant-based nutrition from a Christian perspective. So if that's something you're interested in, welcome. You are in the right place. So let's get into it. Number 1 way that you can overcome this struggle of isolation on a vegan diet is simply to remember your why. Sounds simple, but really keeping your reason at the forefront of your mind, writing it somewhere where you can see it, rehearsing it back to yourself. Remember, I do this because. I don't do this because for people to accept me and to people to cheer me on. I'm doing it for blank. What is your reason? Put it in the comments. I would love to know what your reason is for making this transition. Are you recovering from a disease? Are you preventing a disease? Are you sick? Are you tired? Is it for the animals? Is it because you don't like cooking meat, which I understand? What is your reason? Keep that in your mind, because social situations and relationships can be very challenging around this topic of food and diet. Knowing why you do this will make all the difference, and reminding yourselves often. Number 2, enjoy your choice. What choice you made and the reason you made it, go for it all the way and enjoy it. Find ways that you love this lifestyle. Find exotic fruits, make new beautiful combinations, buy some gadgets that make it fun and easy. Enjoy the life and the choices that you have made, and it will be infectious. And that leads to number 3, which is to sing your song. Now, what I mean by that is just when you're enjoying your life, light and joy is going to radiate out of you. But when we're trying to hide it, and when we're kind of ashamed and we're guarded because we're afraid people are going to judge us, it creates barriers between us and other people that may not even be there in reality. So do your why, do your choices, enjoy your choices, and just sing your song, enjoy it. Let people know why you're happy, why you are investing in your health, what you enjoy about it. Number 4, answer questions, but don't volunteer information. Now, while you're singing your song, you don't want to be the person, the person that's always talking about food and diet. And oh, here comes Lindsay, we're going to have a vegan discussion or something like that. Don't be that person. Just volunteer. Don't volunteer, but if they ask you questions like, well, where do you get your protein? Well, what do you eat for dinner? How do you travel? Things like that. Answer their questions, but don't be preachy, don't be militant, be pleasant to be around. People will feel more comfortable around you. Personally, I have experienced where my family members or my church group or my friends, they don't really know what to do with me, because here they make this wonderful treat wanting to bless the family, and it's like this big roast or this special kind of cut of meat, or this ornate recipe full of chicken and stuff. And then I come and I kind of am like a rain cloud over their event if I don't participate with them in this special gift that they have painstakingly, laboriously created. So what you want to do is just be compassionate to them and be easygoing. Just go, it's okay, no problem. I'll bring food to share. Also, can I bring a side dish? Or, don't worry about me. I'm easygoing. And really truly be easygoing. Be grateful, appreciate the work that went into it. But just say, for my health reasons, I do avoid meat, but thank you so much. Be appreciative. It'll go a long ways. Number 5 is connect with people on a different level. It doesn't always have to be around food. I know our culture, and honestly every culture, centers around food and customs around that area, but there's a lot of other things we can do. We can ask our friends to go for tea or coffee, or go for hikes, or paint together, or sew, or garden, whatever you like to do. And then bring those other interests to the table of conversation. So when people are like, they start to go, how it feels when everything starts to go down the drain of how you eat, and life's going to get sucked out of the room. Maybe just go, what I saw today, and just launch into some story about something completely unrelated, or some enjoyable aspect of life, or a good TV show, or something along those lines. Just bounce out of the rut of the food trap every time you can. But if they're genuinely interested, or you think that you can help them, just, with moderation, explore that avenue, and then just back off again. I find that to work the best. Number 6 is to be patient with yourself and compassionate with others. For some reason, when meat is discussed or refused, in my case, it brings up a lot of uncomfortable feelings from people, or even possibly aggression, definitely some patronizing, some teasing, some belittling sometimes. Oh, Lindsay can't eat that, Lindsay can't eat that, Lindsay can't eat that, it's not raw, it's not vegan, it's not, gluten-free, and all this stuff, And I just kind of smile, and I don't add to that conversation too much. And I honestly hope and pray that it ends soon, because I don't like all the attention. But just have patience with people. You know why you're doing this. You're going to stay the course. They're going to see if they can bump you off track. But you love this, right? You enjoy it. You find ways that it's enjoyable. So you hang in there, and you let them do what they want to do. Again, we're not going to change anybody. We don't even have to try. We can just live our lives in enjoyment and joy. We just want to be the most gracious, the most generous, the most easygoing people in their lives, even though we don't eat meat. And finally, find your tribe. I was going it alone for so many years, and the only person I knew at the time, I finally joined a community after I thought I could just gut it out, and I wasn't eating meat, but I wasn't thriving. I tried to go raw so many times. I found a group. It happened to be Raw Vegan Heroes. I joined their membership, and I got great support. There's other ones too. There's Fully Raw Christina has one, Misfit Mondays. There's other ones too. I also am starting a group called Moms Off Meds to help women regain control back and autonomy back over their health through mindset, biblical principles, and an optimal, healthy, plant-based diet. So reach out to me. If I can support you, I am here for you. I know how you feel, but don't worry. If you feel lonely and isolated, just don't give in to it. Have joy in yourself and in your reasons, and find another way to connect with people. But please, I know this from personal experience, don't let the feeling of rejection and loneliness and isolation take over. That thought that whispers in your ear, nobody understands you. You're just alone. It's just so hard for you. It's too hard for you. Don't listen to that. That is not from God. It's not good for you. It is not too hard. It is, yes, it's hard sometimes, but there's so much more to life than food. So we can be those people that bring life through our actions, bring life through our attitude, through our thoughts, our words, our compassion, and we will change our lives and the world around us.